I got a special request by Sandy to do a video on how to teach women and how to get shredded for their wedding. So this video right now that I'm making, and I'm looking back and forth between two cameras right now, so if you see me looking back and forth, that's why. Anyway, so I have made a list of a few steps that you need to take to get shredded for your wedding. All right? Now, for those of you who do not know me, I'm Damon Sewell, okay? I am a definition specialist. I make people sexy and defined for a living every day. I own multiple fitness businesses, online and in person, and I specialize in getting people shredded. That's what I do, okay? So, for those of you who have never seen my videos before, okay, if you've never seen my videos before, you may not understand, or I'm actually just going to give you a warning, all right? I'm going to give you a warning because for those of you who know me, you know that I am raw. I am blunt. I am straightforward. I am offensive. I'm going to cuss. I'm going to make profane comments. It's really going to be off the cuff, even though I have a schedule here or an agenda. So know that this video is going to be raw. I may offend you. I may piss you off. I may make you cry. So if you are sensitive, stop watching now. Stop watching now because I don't pull any punches. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to hear so that way it creates awareness and it creates change so you get that hot body you want. So with that said, I already covered I am offensive. I will have profanity. I'm very raw. I may make you cry. And I'm always going to bitch slap the truth. So, do not watch if you are sensitive. Now let's get started. Alright? Alright, now understand this. You're getting ready for a wedding. It's the biggest day of your life. The biggest day. Most of you women been planning this day since you were like this big. First time you put on those fake ass little princess heels, you've been thinking about the day that you get married. You've been watching all these Cinderella commercials, the TV shows and everything, and you've been thinking about this since you were small. This is the biggest day of your life. Now the reason that this is so important, pictures last forever, okay? This is your big day, yes. It's supposed to be a celebration of love, but these photos last forever. That means that your grandkids, great-great-grandkids are gonna see these pictures. So that means your ass needs to look fucking fantastic. No excuses. No excuses, okay? So, your job as a woman in general, but especially as a wife, is always to be marketable. Always be marketable. Okay? That means always looking good, always looking sexy. Because what you may not understand is men are visual creatures. They're visual creatures. Alright? They love to see things. Everything that they see is what turns them on. They're visual creatures. So, if you are one of these women who is fat or gets fat after marriage, he is going to resent you. I don't care how much he loves you. Yeah, he's going to love you still, but he's going to resent the fact that you got fat. He's going to resent the fact that you let yourself go. If you have already done this since you've been dating, he already resents you. So fix it, okay? So, being fat is absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. There is no excuse. There are people busier than you, got more kids than you, got more stuff going on with you, more stresses in their lives, more issues in their past that make it happen and still look good and take care of themselves. You got no excuse. All right? So get that straight. Lastly on this page, raise your fucking standards. Raise your standards. Did you hear what I said? That needs to be running in your mind all the time. Okay? We covered that. Let's move on. All right. Here's the standards. Because you probably don't know what standards are, I have very, very high expectations of people, of my clients, which is why I shape coal into diamonds. This is why I have so many great looking clients, is because I raise the bar high and push them to make them succeed. So I'm going to raise your standards right now. Because right now, your standards are here. And your standards need to be way the fuck up here. Okay? So, raising the standards, baby. If you are 5 feet tall or 5 feet tall or 5'2", This is about what you should be weighing. 95 pounds-ish, 115 if you are well developed. You've been lifting, you got booty, you got all that. 115 max. Any more than that, you're straight fat, okay? If you're 5'3", 5'6", 105 to 125. If you're 5'7" to 5'11", you're about 115, 145. Now understand this. If you don't have lines, if you don't have lines in the arms, you don't have lines, if you don't have lines, okay? In your arms, in your stomach, in your legs, no lines, no definition, your body fat is too high. You have those lines, you just can't see them because they're covered by a layer of fat, okay? Remove the fat, see the lines, all right? So, if your body fat's too high, aka your ass is fat, okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Now, if you are one of these people who is around this height and already is around this weight and you have no lines, you're skinny fat. That's known as skinny fat, and that is unacceptable as well. So, you need to follow these directions and get everything dialed in so we can get some definition, all right? So, if you're fat, wipe your tears. Put down the cookies and get your ass in the gym. Okay? All right. Moving on. So step one. Step one for you to get the body that you want, for step one for you being able to look hot, look sexy on that wedding day. And you want everybody taking your photo and going, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Yes. Yes, I'm going to teach you how. You just got to do the work. Do the fucking work. Okay? So, step one, believe. In order for you to achieve anything in life, especially when it comes to your body, you got to believe you can achieve it. Because you can achieve it. Yes, you can. You just never actually believed in it. You never believed in yourself enough, so you actually never put in the fucking work to get it. But you can do it. Like I just mentioned a minute ago, there are people with worse situations than you that make it happen. So you can too. No excuses. Stop making excuses and do the fucking work. All right? Okay. Step two. Put your goals in writing. I cannot express this enough. If you want to succeed, you got to put this in writing. That means that if you are, say, the average American who is about 40, 50 pounds overweight, the average female is about 166 at 5'3", okay? That's average. That's pretty pathetic, in my opinion. You got a good 40, 50 pounds to lose if this is you, okay? Which is 95% of you probably watching this video right now. So, in order to achieve your goal, you gotta have goals, but you have to take it from your mind and you gotta put it in writing. When you put it in writing, it becomes a commitment. Once it's a commitment, it becomes real. Once it becomes real, it creates action. Now here's the trick. The trick when you do this, when you put your goals down, you gotta put them in writing. And then on top of that, you wanna make sure that you put it written in present tense. I am blank pounds and with a deadline. Now when you do this, I want you doing this 2 times a day minimum. First thing in the morning when you wake up, just get a little notepad and start writing down your goals. I am blank, blah, blah, blah. Before you go to bed, same thing. So your mind is processing this information while you sleep. So twice a day, write down your goals. You gotta be committed to getting this because remember, these photos last forever. Okay? On top of that, set daily action goals. Daily action goals like drink your water, pack your meals, pack your clothes, doing all those things. Set the little small daily goals that are going to help you achieve the overall goal. All right? Next page. Learn how to burn fat. All right? This is a whole video all by itself, but I'm going to expedite this real fast. The only way the human body will burn fat is if you are in a calorie deficit. The only way. The only way. You ever said the only way it will burn fat is if you are in a deficit. What's a deficit? You burn this much, you eat this much. That gap there, your body pulls it from your body fat to get the rest of that energy. Now, no, it is not your thyroid. It is not because you're big boned. You're just big fat. There's no such thing as big boned. You just have high ass body fat levels. So don't listen to your parents. They have no fucking clue what they're talking about. All right? It's not baby fat. You're just fat. Okay? Let's be real. It's not your slow metabolism. It's not. You don't have a slow metabolism. You eat too damn muchism. Nobody's bodies could keep up with the amount of food that you eat. Okay? It's not slow metabolism. Get your diet on point, and everything in your body will get on point. Okay? You got to get that together. If you don't create a deficit, you're not going to lose. I don't care how healthy you're eating. I don't care if you're eating chicken and broccoli and strawberries. If you eat too much, you aren't losing an ounce. No deficit, no loss. Now, in a minute, I'm going to teach you what you should be eating or how many calories you should be eating in your macros and everything. But for now, no. No deficit, no loss. So if you're during this journey, if you are not losing, no. Something you're doing is wrong. You're either not weighing your portions, you're not tracking it, you're overeating somewhere, Because if you are in a deficit, you will lose 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Okay? No excuses. Next page. This is how we're going to start this out. All right? Most of you have a really shitty diet. Okay, it's shitty. The typical American eats tons of processed foods all day long, fast food, restaurant food, all this processed, pre-made bullshit. You know, they eat these gluten-free stuff, all this stuff. Guess what? A gluten-free cookie is still a fucking cookie, all right? So get that through your head. It's still a fucking cookie. Still got sugar in it, just in a different name. It's still a fucking cookie, all right? So, number one, we're going to do a 10-day detox because you may not know this. If you've never heard this before, sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. 8 times. And the foods that quickly convert to sugar when you eat them, like flour, white and wheat, trash, spike your blood sugar, make your body want to store fat. The worst part of it is they make you crave more, which means you're going to end up overeating throughout the whole day, which means your ass is going to get fat, okay? We don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to reset your body because right now your hormones are all jacked up because of all the shit you've been eating. We're going to reset your metabolism and your hormonal balance and get everything and kick this sugar addiction from your body once and for all. So that way when you do start eating right, it's actually easier to stay on track. So what you're going to do is a 10-day detox. You're going to cut out all high-carb foods, meaning fruit, your grains, oats, quinoa, anything. Anything that has a high carb amount, you're cutting it, all right? And it's only for 10 days. Now, all you're going to eat is protein and vegetables for these 10 days. That's it. Protein, veggies. You can have some nuts in there a little bit, but be very careful because they're very high in calorie. You better measure them and weigh them. Let's see. You can eat unlimited amount of vegetables. Many as you want. You want you're hungry, stuff your face with a plate full of freaking kale and lettuce. Pig out all you want. Perfectly fine. Nobody ever got fat eating kale. Okay? Every meal you need to make sure you have at least 4 to 6 ounces of protein first. Okay? And this is going to reset your metabolism, like I already said, and your hormonal balance. And then the average, every time when I have new people and I can tell they have a really crappy diet, I always start them off with this. And the average weight loss for the women when they do this is 10 pounds. 10 pounds, average, 10 days. It's pretty crazy. So expect that. Make sure you do it right, be consistent. And now also on top of that, I forgot to mention, when you're cutting this, when sugar is a drug, like I mentioned, you are going to go through withdrawals. You are going to have like intense cravings and you're going to detox just like a drug addict coming off heroin. All right? So know that it's going to like day 3 is typically the peak where you're going to feel the absolute worst. Get past day 3. By day 4, it's going to feel better and better and better. You'll be good. By day 10, you're going to be like, oh my God, I feel so good. Why didn't I do this sooner? Everybody says that. I'm not kidding. Everybody. Okay? So, moving on. Step 4, track. All winners are trackers. Everybody who is successful in anything tracks everything. So to be successful and getting this sexy wedding body, you got to track, all right? So we're going to track. You're going to track your food, okay? Everything that you eat, you track it before you eat it. Track it before you eat it. And make sure that you are weighing your portions. So that way you know exactly what you're getting, how many calories, grams of protein, carbs, and fat. You know everything that you're getting. You have to track it and weigh it. Okay? This is the only way you are going to get sexy. Got it? Also, track your workouts. And each